skin. There you go. So there's a reason why students find immune response very difficult. It's because of two words. All right, let me zoom in. And the two words are antigens, and the second word is antibodies. These antibodies are the little soldiers that serve you, and antigens, well, they're like signals, but you'll see what I mean. And this is part of the immune response. And you've got to know the difference between these two words. All right. Now, one of them, when we look at antigens, these, and actually everything, these are proteins. Okay. Proteins. And I mean, proteins very similar to the proteins you find in eggs, the proteins that make up your muscles. And our body's full of little machines called enzymes that we looked at, and all these are made of proteins. And proteins are brilliant because proteins have a very unique shape, meaning every protein is different. All right? Now, and instead of talking about proteins, and these we call antigens that we find on the surface of bacteria, we are going to talk about the things that you've seen in movies and the words and how it relates to everything. So when I was younger, and actually not younger, I mean a few weeks ago during Easter break, I do crazy things. I've been up to the mountains in Sierra Nevada. I've been in tropical rainforests. I've been in the Sahara Desert. I've been within the Arctic Circle. My little brother lives in the northern Jutlands in Norway. I've been all over the place. There's a bit of a problem with being all over the place. And when I was at university, while I used to be a scientist, one of the first things I learned from one of my teachers was the poison. It's a poison called Alpha-Bungarotoxin. Alpha-Bungarotoxin is a poison found in the black mamba. It is a snake. Now, we're going to talk about this. It's got a really cool name, Alpha-Bungarotoxin. But we're going to talk about it. I want you to understand where the terms antigen come in from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one of my blood vessels. Here's one of my blood vessels. Dun, dun, dun. Let's do it in red because that tends to be the colour of blood. Let's get a lovely red colour. Well, that's not really red, but it will do. So here's a red blood cell. And this has got proteins on its surface. Dun, 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 but they're yours. And your body knows, aha, they're my proteins. I'm okay. They're my antigens. So everything has a protein on its surface. Now, alpha-bungarotoxin is a protein. And it has its own personal shape. Now, alpha-bungarotoxin having its own personal shape means it is dangerous. It will kill you. So if the black mamba bites you, yeah, not good. So I want you to imagine this bites you and injects. So the black mamba bites you and injects alpha-bungarotoxin. Now, for argument's sake, I've said it's like a triangle shape, and I'm drawing like a triangle. This is an antigen. It is a protein, but this one is foreign. It does not belong in your body. It is what we call a foreign antigen. Now, what your body will do is react to foreign antigens. So it doesn't matter if it's alpha-bungarotoxin. It doesn't matter if it's a protein on top of a virus, if it's a protein on top of a bacteria. It doesn't matter. If you get a splinter of wood in your skin, that's got markers, that's got proteins on it. And your body will go, well, hold on. Yeah, you don't belong to me. And it will create antibodies. So antibodies are your defense mechanism. All right? And this is your defense mechanism. So this is really important. So today's lesson, all we're doing, mechanism, is trying, and it's not easy, to understand these two different words. What is an antigen? What is an antibody? An antibody is a defense mechanism. Funnily enough, made from another protein, but it's Y-shaped. Okay? So an antibody is Y-shaped. And it looks like this. And on the ends there, it's got a shape. Every antibody has a different shape. All right? Now, funnily enough, luckily, this antigen fits. In other words, alpha-bungarotoxin fits perfectly. So what happens is there's our antibody. They'll go into your blood and go, well, hold on, you fit exactly. Right? And there's my Y-shaped antibody. And your antibody will fit to alpha-bungarotoxin. It will fit to the antigen. And it will stick to all the alpha-bungarotoxin. So this sticks. Sticks, the kind of word we tend to use is bind, but sticks will do. Sticks to proteins or anything actually, sticks to shapes that fit. So you imagine you've got alpha-bungarotoxin, this snake's just bitten you. Now, the antibody will stick to the snake venom, to alpha-bungarotoxin, and now it can't hurt you. And you're perfectly fine. Okay? The problem with this, it takes your body 4 days to make enough antibodies. You haven't got 4 days. No, you haven't got 4 days. You got about 2 hours. So what we do if you've got 2 hours is, let me just let Charlie in. When you got about 2 hours, you haven't got time. So you can actually get this antibody from the hospital. It's called anti-venom. So luckily when I was up in the Sierra Nevada this Easter break, it wasn't so warm, so a lot of the snakes were relaxing and hibernating. But if you get bitten by a snake, every anti-venom, every antibody is unique to the snake venom. So not all snakes have the same kind of poison. So what you do is, if you ever get bit by something, doesn't matter, snake, spider, you take a picture of it, you go to the hospital and go, it bit me. It bit me. And they look and go, aha, I know what that is. And they walk into a fridge and they take out the antivenom, inject it into you. The antibodies flow around and bind to the toxin, the alpha-bungarotoxin, which is an antigen. Okay. Now, hopefully, and it depends, today I may have a look at how we make these antibodies. That's why it's not so good for the rabbit. But that all depends on if we've got time. So the entire point of today's session is you understand the difference between antigens and antibodies. Antigens, another way of thinking about them, are like marker proteins. All right? They are just little shapes attached to everything. In this case, alpha-bungarotoxin is a shape. So if I draw a human cell, dun, 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 this is a human cell. There's the nucleus. In every human cell, there are shapes sticking out of it. Yours are different to mine, are different to your parents. And some of these will be shaped like that. Some of these will be shaped like little circles. Some will be shaped like this. And these are antigens. Let me change colour and put a big circle around this. So, let's go for it. Oh, I like that. So, we split this into 2. These are antigens. So everything I'm talking about antigens, I've just circled in pink. And in green, these are antibodies. They are part of your immune response. And these are your antibodies. Okay, so your job, and it's not nice and it's not easy, and I know it's not because it sounds easy to me. And as I said to you from day one, science is a language. All right? An absolute language, and that's it. All right? Now, here are a set of questions. Now, science is a language, and within all new languages that you learn, you've got to practice. And it won't be sometimes you go, oh my God, I should have antibody. And it happens, even to students who are 18 years old. My A-level students, they're 18, they get ready for the exams. Sometimes they get them the wrong way down. Okay. So your job, and I've recorded this. If you want to watch this again, watch it again. So I'm going to record this and just and change it so I can add it. And you'll see it here. All right. So I've actually pretty much zoomed in here. For everyone who's new, don't delete this, but select it all, take a copy, and just paste it here. I think Lorenzo told me he was new. I'm not sure if anyone else is. And just take a copy and change your name and make it interesting. All right. Okay, that is the task for today. I'm going to stop sharing that.